Hello everyone, my name is James. Today we're stepping into the darker side of 18th century London.
The danger, the poverty, the grime, and the everyday struggles most people never talk about. You're walking through London in the 1700s, and it's not the romantic city you imagine. It's loud, it's crowded, it smells like smoke, sweat, and rot. The streets are narrow, the buildings lean over you, and at night, London becomes a different place entirely. By the 1700s, London is exploding in size. People pour in from the countryside looking for work, food, and a chance at a better life. But for many, London is where hope goes to die. Jobs don't keep up with the population. Wages stay low. Rent rises. Families pack into single rooms. Whole streets become overcrowded, not because people want that life, because there's no other option. And when thousands of desperate people are forced into tight spaces, it creates the perfect conditions for disease, crime, and exploitation. Let's start with the streets. There is no modern sanitation. Many homes rely on cesspits. Waste is often dumped into the street. Slop buckets get emptied from windows. Yes, literally thrown out. If you're walking after rain, you're wading through mud mixed with animal droppings, rotting food, and human waste. At night, it gets worse. London is dark. Lanterns exist, but they are not lighting every street like today. Many corners are almost black. Perfect places for pickpockets, muggers, and gangs. And then there's the Thames. People love to talk about the River Thames like it's beautiful, and parts of it are, but in the 1700s it's also a working soul. Waste, dead animals, industrial runoff, it all ends up in the water. Crime isn't a side story, it's part of daily life. If you're wealthy, you hire servants and watchmen, you lock your doors, and you avoid certain areas. If you're poor, you're exposed. Pickpockets work in crowds, markets, theater entrances, busy bridges. Some work in pays. One bumps you, the other takes your purse. Others cut pockets with small knives. You might not even notice until you reach home. Street robbery is a real fear, especially after dark. A person can be surrounded quickly, threatened, shoved, stripped of money, even of shoes or a coat. But here's the truth. A lot of crime is survival. When food is expensive and work is unstable, stealing becomes a way to stay alive, especially for children, widows, and people with no family support. Now, the justice system. In the 1700s, punishment isn't just about removing criminals. It's a message, a show. Public punishment are common. Stocks, pillories, whipping. Crowds gather. People shout. Some throw rubbish. It's brutal, but it's also entertainment for a city that doesn't have screens. And then there's the hangings. Executions can draw huge crowds. They aren't hidden away. They are public warnings. This could be you. But the system isn't fair. The poor are punished more harshly, and minor crime can lead to severe consequences. In a world with few safety nets, desperation can put someone on a path that ends at the gallows. If you want one symbol of London's darkest side in the 1700s, it's gin. Gin becomes cheap and everywhere. It's strong, quick, and it numbs hunger and sadness. For people living in misery, gin isn't a party drink, it's escape. But the effect on society is devastating. Addiction, violence, neglected families, children growing up in chaos. You'll hear people call it mother's ruin. That's not just a catchy phrase. It reflects a real fear that gin is tearing apart the poorest communities. And the city responds with laws and crackdowns, but demand is huge. Where people are desperate, anything that makes a world feel softer for a moment becomes powerful. Now let's talk about poverty, the thing that sits behind everything. Many Londoners live day to day. If you miss work, you don't eat. If you get sick, you can't pay rent. If you can't pay rent, you're out. Some people survive through informal work, carrying goods, sweeping streets, selling scraps, cleaning chimneys, washing clothes, hauling water. But the harshest reality is this. If you're too poor, too old, or too sick to work, your help might be a workhouse. Workhouses are meant to be a solution, but they can be miserable. Families can be separated. Work is hard. Food is basic. Privacy is almost non-existent. The point is often to make the experience unpleasant, so only the desperate will enter. And in winter, The city is unforgiving. Cold, damp rooms, thin clothing, smoke-filled air, coughs that never leave. If you want the darkest truth, it might be this. Children are everywhere in the labor system. Children work because families need income, any income. They sell small items, run errands, carry loads, sweep floors, and do dangerous work adults don't want. Some are apprentices in harsh conditions. Some are exploited. Some are simply abandoned to the street. A child in 1700s London grows up fast. There's no guaranteed school. No childhood protected by law the way we think today. And that creates a cycle. Poverty raises children into survival mode, and survival mode makes the future even harder. Disease is a constant shadow. In cramped neighborhoods, infections spread quickly. People fear fevers, coughs, and outbreaks. Even a small illness can turn deadly without proper care. Medicine exists, but it's limited. Treatments can be ineffective or harmful. Doctors are expensive. Many rely on home remedies, cheap cures, and hope. Hospitals exist, but they are not like modern hospitals. And for many poor Londoners, the idea of going to a hospital isn't comfort, it's dread. The city is full of smoke from coal fires. Air quality is harsh. Breathing problems are common. A lot of people just live with illness until they can't. London's darker side also includes what people do to survive when respectable work isn't enough. Prostitution exists openly in many areas. For some, it's coercion. For others, it's a last option. It's dangerous, and it comes with social stigma. But stigma doesn't feed you. Gambling houses thrive. So do scams, fake medicine, and street hustles. The city runs on a hidden economy because the official economy doesn't provide for everyone. And this is the uncomfortable truth. The city depends on it. The poor do what they must, while the wealthy often pretend it isn't happening until it affects them. So why show this side of London? Because history isn't only kings and wars. It's ordinary people living through extraordinary hardship. The dark side of 1700s London isn't evil. It's a city under pressure, too many people, too little support, and a world where survival can cost your dignity. And yet, London is also energy, ambition, invention. Out of this chaos, modern life begins to form. But to understand the rise of the city, you have to walk through the mud first.